What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Kids from the Ghetto, a limited podcast series powered by 4900 Entertainment. This is part 3. I'm your host, Takira B, and I'm here with the genius behind the project, of course.
Come on. My name is Jamal. Yeah, and I come from Park Heights.
I love that. I love that.
And we have, let me set it up the right way. We have one of my favorite artists who's came to Baltimore City and just took it by storm. I can tell you about how I heard of her, and then she can give you some more background. But first heard of her as being a show curator for the Living Room Social, right? A safe space for artists to come in and share their art, right? And be embraced, right? More of a family feel. And then she was not only the curator, but she was also the host. And it just took me by storm, and I was like, man, who the hell is that? And as time went on, I realized that she became family to me. And then I haven't even touched on her artistry yet. I mean, when we talk about voices, I'll say, for me personally, this is just me personally, and this is nothing to nobody else that I know, and I love y'all, and I love your entire family. You know that.
Period.
But top 3 powerful voices that I've ever come across in my lifetime.
Yes, sir.
You hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The incomparable Black Assets is in the building with us today.
Yes.
What an introduction.
Yeah.
What an introduction.
That's what it's supposed to be like. Black, how are you feeling today?
I can't complain. I feel good, right?
Yeah.
I feel present.
Mm.
I feel on the right path. I feel in purpose. Purposely driven right now. Doing a lot of things, but everything is intentional. I can feel that. So I think that's how I feel.
Ooh.
Yeah, I feel.
Come on. So you could get it already. I say when I got off the elevator and I went to go grab it from there, I was like, oh yeah, this gonna be one of them ones.
I'm excited.
This gonna be one of them ones.
Now,
Now, this is episode 3. So by now, the album should be out and playing in your cars, in your ears at the gym, all, wherever you are, the album should be, right? Be Kind to Kids from the Ghetto by Jamal G should be out by the time that this episode's dropped. So in honor of that, we're going to do our makeshift champagne toast, right? And I want to say this, right? Shout out to y'all for being the artists and creators that you are and joining me on this journey in some way, shape, or form, right? I'm not above you, I'm not below you, but I'm always right there beside you.
Right beside you.
You heard
Love
me?
it. Let's do it.
Cheers.
Let's do that.
What a great way to kick off the episode.
Come on.
I love this. So first of all, y'all, the energy in this room is like amazing. I wish I could feel it through the camera, through the mic, but the energy is so amazing. And it's funny how the things that you were saying, like, I think you know a little bit, but you don't know that I'm a big fan too.
Oh.
Like there was times that she performed at like
The open mic.
some of the mayor open mics.
About-
The I don't know if that was Ephraim or something like that the mayor was doing or something, but I'm like, yo, I'm telling y'all, come on, I had my friends come up to the front stage, like,
The one.
so it gotta be true, right? Because now you're hearing it from 2 people if you didn't hear it before in your life. It gotta be true. You really are a great artist. So we're gonna get all into everything that you do, everything that how y'all know each other, all those kind of things. So let's back up and now let's talk about how y'all 2 met.
Right.
I love Baltimore, by the way.
Yeah, so I can get into that a little bit. Pardon me. That was a little, ghetto. But
Not on episode 3, Jamal.
pardon me.
Little ghetto.
I apologize. So I was invited to the Living Room Social, by my good man, one of my family members, Josh, who plays sex, right, in the living room social band.
Food
Mm-hmm.
and sing.
And yeah, he sings. He's an artist, right? He's
Yeah,
a multi-talented
for sure.
artist, right? Um, and I've known Josh since he was a kid. We kind of grew up together, if you will. Um, and he invited me out to the living room social. And he like, yeah, bro, got this going on. Come on out and see us, whatever. And I was like, yeah, all right, cool. You know what I mean? The first time he invited me, I didn't go. Simply because, like I said, like as I told you last time, like at the core of who I am, I'm just a hood guy. So it just didn't seem like my thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so the second time, I'm like, you know what? I'm a go. I'm gonna buy the VIP tickets. I'm gonna be up. Yeah, I'm doing that. Right. This is my mind because now I want to shine and let everybody know that I got it. You
Mm-hmm.
feel me? I get there and I'm like, damn, I wish I was on the floor.
Uh huh.
You feel me? Because that's the type of
It,
environment and the vibe that it is. It's like
yeah.
you want to be up close
In
and
it.
personal
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah.
they provide the space for you to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You can reach out and touch these people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we get there and I'm sitting there and I'm listening to the music, but then I hear because when I get there on an act, right? So somebody's up there doing poetry, and then after they get off, I'm thinking about, all right, so I wonder how the next thing is going to be going or whatever. Black comes to the microphone and she starts like
I
singing.
knew he was gonna say it.
She starts
Sing.
like singing her way through, like from the outro of the last artist
Mm-hmm.
through the introduction of the next artist.
Wow.
But she has this thing that she does in the middle when like it's a new person coming and man, and she takes everything and make it her own.
Mm-hmm.
So the band was playing something, she came up with something, and then she said, we got a new voice on the mic, and then like she was singing, and I was just like, man, who the hell is that?
Yeah.
So I asked my man, I'm not gonna make this a long drawn out story, but I asked my man, I said, man, who is that, man? He said, well, Black, that's Black. That's her stuff. That's her thing. This her, she curates this whole thing, she collaborates with, you know, local artists who does like they either paint or they create jewelry or whatever, they collaborate with them, and then local food artists as well, you know what I mean, who chefs, they come out, they cook, and she curates this whole thing, she makes it a whole event.
Yeah.
And then as she's going out like off of the mic, I see her being selfless and working tables, bringing chairs to the whole situation. I was like, but I thought this was her spot.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
And so I just kept on going, and I realized, like, damn, like, she really is the one. So that's kind of how we met, because I felt like I needed to be in her space.
Yeah.
You feel me? Look, what's up, man? My name, what's up? My name Jamal, man.
That's
I know
exactly
these guys.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? And that's really how I met her. You know?
I love it. I love it.
Boy.
So Black, I mean, you need no introduction, okay? I love that. So let's get into that artistry and talk about that. We both as said that you have a beautiful voice, you're a beautiful artist on your own. So talk about what inspires that and then what inspires you to create these spaces for other artists.
Well, that is the truth.
You,
That's how that night
you
happened.
feel me?
Because Jamal gonna come in with an energy for sure. He gonna come in like, yeah, what's up? Cool. Yeah.
You feel me?
Remember that moment. But I feel like we all probably know it could be a little bit challenging when you are not connected or when you coming up. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you got to balance with your own self doubt, the egos of the industry, the gatekeepers. You know, it's just a lot of things that could potentially be in the way. So my mother always taught me like, always know they close the door. All right, go through another one. All the doors shut, try the window. All right, maybe that's not the house for you. Build your own. So I built my own. I built my own lane. I built it, and I noticed there's a lot of other people with that same experience. Whether you from here, whether you from out Annapolis, wherever you from at, like it depends on your energy. If we find community in an organic way, it just comes.
Yes.
And I'm never the type, like, it's hard for me to go to concerts because like it's like coach tag me in. Like it's
Mm.
hard sometimes. I just be like, yo, I just want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like your last concert was so inspiring. It was sick. It was
Nah,
so
I
good.
appreciate
So
it.
good. So good.
Nah, I appreciate that.
And so it's hard for me to experience that. And I can imagine being an artist when you thirsty. And you know how it was at them open mics, people waiting for their name to be called on the list. So it's like, I don't want my open mic to have a list. Just put your names in a hat. We're not going to have no biases. We're just going to pull out who next. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going random. I'm not going off of none of that. And everybody going to touch the stage to the best of my ability, right? Or you start top if you come to see me next time. And so, like, I started doing it for the voiceless, you know what I'm saying? And I know that when I want to go, I know what it feels like to sit in the audience and want your turn. So it's like, get up here. If you want this, it's yours. And make it memorable. And if you go to the open mic scenes around the city, then you know, like, they wasn't just giving away free applauses. They wasn't just being nice and kind about
That's
the
a
stuff.
fact.
You had
got
to
to be
actually
good.
be something.
Yeah.
For real.
That's a
So,
fact.
like I come from the CD era. Like I
Yeah,
would
yeah.
go burn 50 CDs at the library
Tylenol, you know.
and put my little Africa on the cover, tie it up with some
Come
sweet ice to make
on.
my thing mine. Every one of them had a message or a lyric that I wrote, something different, and a message on the back. That's how I made my name and my money. And like I was living well. I was grateful for every sold CD that's $10. You sell 50 at a gig. You go to the library, burn some more. It costs 25 to buy another bag. You know,
That's right.
that's what I come from.
That's right.
And that I think that's why. So that's why it's like I can serve the table when I hop off the stage and make sure you know your mother come and pull up and got somewhere to sit down or your shorty. You know, it's like it's some extra chairs in the back. And then for all of my like my my little gangster babies, my little hip hop babies, the brothers who think, oh, this not my aesthetic, black, this not for me. They come through and I be like, you had a good time, didn't it? They be in there loving that shit. It be
Change your
hilarious.
mind. Now you coming back next week.
Then you coming back next week. You didn't even come with your sister this time. You came by yourself. Yeah,
Fact.
come on through. Like,
That
so
is
that's a
fact.
lot of experiences. So
I love that.
yeah, that's a little bit about mine.
So is there a moment that you are like, okay, I'm jumping off the stage, I'm doing this? What was the moment in your life that you knew this was for you?
Man, I was on Cold Spring. I stayed on 1616. We used to have rent parties in the house, but there was living room socials before it was called living room social. Everybody an artist. But I got to a point where I was like sick of asking for people to see me. I think I went to my last A&R meeting, and they was like, you sure you want to sing the song? You sure you want to be the face of this? You sure, like, you don't want to, like, give it to her? Or I don't think you the right look or the fit right now. I don't think this. And I was just like, I don't remember what number that was, but I was like, I'm sick of this. And that's when I think I pulled the trigger for myself. I was like, I'm not going to expect the world to take me seriously if I'm not taking myself seriously.
I know that's right.
I remember being on Cold Spring in my car, and I just was sitting there like, yeah, not again.
Are you from Baltimore, by the way? Because I know he said you came to Baltimore City, so you are from.
I'm not.
Oh, you're not? You're not?
Originally.
Okay. Where you from?
From Itabena, Mississippi.
Oh, wow.
Come on.
Yeah, it's a little town in the south where Valley State, one of our HBCUs, Mississippi Valley State, that's what we have. That's where I was born. So my granny stayed. That's where I ate. And so I came to Baltimore about 20 years ago.
Okay.
My mother and my father actually met out this way.
Nice.
And
Not a Baltimore love story.
Yeah.
it's kind of crazy how it came back around. I never knew that until I was an adult that they was even out this way. I had no idea. And so it's just interesting. It's very interesting how the stories happen. But as it relates to being an adult, learning how to live, how to experience both successes and challenges. Baltimore raised me. It's how I grew up.
Love it.
Yeah, for sure.
And now we all know, being from here, it's tough to be an artist and then stay inspired and be from Baltimore and see all the things that's really going on in our city. So talk about a moment that when you are here, it kind of shaped your music. Like how did it define you? How did it help you find your sound?
Man. I think it's a couple. One time I was in was it Northwood? Whatever them apartments are back there. I was in Northwood. I had just did some major stuff. Went to Italy with Morgan. I started singing with them. They taught me. They gave me a scholarship to get to school, and so we just came back from Italy. I went and was going to see something, some girl or something, I don't know. And I had this Plymouth Dodge Neon. Bought this junk from the auction. The trunk was faulty, right? And I had my book bag in there. I came out, my junk was wide, backpack
Oh
gone. I was
no.
so sick. I couldn't do nothing but like write. I was just pissed. But it
Right.
was like I was more so like pissed at the lesson. But like to me it taught me about just where I've been when I needed a favor or two, or when I, was a little bit more in despair in a way. And so that's when the message, just about like empowering the people, it started shaping my tongue a little bit. It wasn't even on some hate. It was on some like I'm pissed at my negligence, but also like, what's going on for the need to really be like this, and also just playing in this game. It could
That's it.
it could be doggy dog a little bit.
A
So
fact.
sometimes you gotta eat back, and people like to take this love and light and this peace and hot tea. Uh, they like to think that's something that is not. It's a choice every day. But it's not all that is to me. And so I had to experience that and put it in the music. Put it in the music and move on.
I think
Yeah.
we touched on that a little bit in part one,
Yeah.
just where you from and seeing those different that it's that rough part
You be
that'll
like,
that'll do it. That'll
that
make you
is
put out some.
sometimes the best music comes from the roughest
Man, come
moments.
on, man.
Exactly.
The
Come
best
on.
word. You be like, did I have to? Did I have to experience it like this though? Did we have to get here? And it's like we had to get there
Man,
because you wouldn't have been the same.
I'm gonna tell you something. I went to the last. Well, it's not the last show that Black gigs all the time, bro. Like it's impossible for me to
Love
make
it.
all her
Freedom.
all her stuff, bro.
I gotta holler sometime.
But she did something in the Patterson, uh, and she did something in the Patterson Theater, uh, and I went. It was a show that she curated with other family members, Devon Danielle and Tyler Moonlight, and she did this song off of, I want to say it's your last project, but the arrangement was different. And when you talk about like painful moments,
Boy,
like I don't know if this was a true story,
boy.
but I just felt like ain't no way you walked in on that.
Right.
Ain't no way you walked in and caught them doing that.
Straight in.
I was like,
Straight
ain't no
in.
way, cause
Straight
I don't
in.
remember the name of the
Only the
song.
lyricists listen, boy.
Listen, I was
They
like,
know. They know.
but it's a good record, and I wish I had pulled up the album so y'all can go listen to it,
Exactly.
and we're gonna get to that, right? But I was just like, the song was, I was like, oh, this is crazy, and I was expecting to hear the arrangement on the project. It was so different, and that just like a testament to her artistry, right? Because for an artist to come in and change up the arrangement of a song that people are used to is risky because it's like, man, I don't hear it the same on the album.
Yeah.
And so like I don't know if I'm gonna accept it
Yeah.
the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she did it so masterfully, and I was just like, damn, this is crazy. And on like I said, on the from the lyrical perspective, I was just like, man, I don't know if she really pulled that from a real space, but I just felt like, damn, I felt real bad for her in the moment. Like, ain't no way you walked in on
Yo.
that, man.
Yeah.
Ain't no way, cause
Yeah, you gotta do that
everybody
album.
would have had went. The whole house had to go.
Everybody would've.
You feel me?
It's a choice.
Yeah, yeah.
You have to constantly choose. Like choose it.
Peace,
choose
not
it.
violence.
Try your best. But sometimes you gotta touch something.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta tap.
It's funny to listen to the two of y'all because I hear the commonality between y'all music. One thing that y'all make is quality lyrical music. I can understand it. I can relate to it, even if I'm not even in that's my shoes. I can understand the story because I didn't hear somebody else that went through the story.
Child.
So, what do y'all think about the state of music now? To me, it's a bunch of mumbling.
We
So-
getting back though.
Okay.
Like that.
That's
Leon
optimistic.
Thomas
Mhm.
album.
Mm-hmm.
I said it's some writing in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was some. That was. I get it.
Yeah.
I said, Same with even with Tyler Creator's last drum.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was it hit so many different areas, But if you listen to the stories, to me, I was like, okay, yeah, this kid's still right. Who else on some R&B stuff? It's like you got artists like Andre Day, But the samples, I'm thinking I'm hearing a little bit more now. I'm hearing samples that are known that they are samples. The sources are sampled. You could tell by the lyrics. Shorty's like, Lady London. They could give you all of the things, not just the TV, the fast food, but she could also make you a dinner. So I think we getting somewhere. We getting somewhere. There's a huge community of fast food. There's a lot of
Yeah,
McDonald's out here for
yeah,
A
sure.
lot of
yeah.
microwave
But
stuff.
I'm glad to hear certain things come through and come through the radio too. I'm kind of excited to hear that. But I don't even really listen to a lot of fast food music. Not gonna hold you if I'm not out. The music I listen to is usually all qualitative. I listen to a lot of my colleagues. Honestly,
Love
people play their Spotify rap. It be my folk.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
that.
it's
Love
not
that.
real.
funny. It really
Same,
do. Yeah.
same. You know what I mean? And I think that like, I think when you out here looking for music, you got to go find it, right? The music that it's just like what we was talking about, going out and find a community, right? You got to go out and find your
Yeah, for
people,
sure.
and sometimes that's tough, right? But at the same time, it's like it's a lot out here for you. You know what I mean? Like if I want to listen to black assets, I go find black assets, and then I go see artist. Then I can sift through the artists like her. Then it's like you utilize your resources as well. Like if she has Apple Music, what do her playlists look like? You know what I mean? I want to see what that look like because like I want to see what that looks like because I want to know what she listens to that inspires her because maybe that's where I find my community. That's where I find my people.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes I don't always cut through the radio,
Yeah.
which is unfortunate, right? But you had to understand, that's the business side of
Process.
it.
Yeah.
And I understand that. I'm not mad at that, but like I'm going to always find my people, you know what I mean? And like Black said, what I prefer to listen to are my people. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? My people have I have a mood for every personality of the people that I try to align myself with. You know what I mean? I know how I feel when I'm listening to Black Assets. I know how I feel when I'm listening to Tyler Moonlight. I know how I feel when I'm listening to Devon Daniil. I know how I feel when I'm listening to Wish Granite, Greenspan,
Nice.
so on and so
You
forth.
better drop them
Yeah.
names.
YG Tech. I know
Very
how I'm
good.
feeling.
Yeah,
You know
I'm
what I mean?
telling you. That's a
So
good one too.
Yeah.
yeah, so you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Everything is we're dynamic people and I don't want to treat it as if I'm not. Like I like to go outside and hear the rah rah too sometimes, you know? That's a part of life, right? We're dynamic people. So like, you just gotta find you gotta be able to kind of sift and move and find your community within all of that.
Love
Facts.
that. Love that. I
Facts.
think that was a beautiful gem to listen to other people's what other people are listening to,
Yeah,
because you'll
right.
find out where they got their voice from what they're
I
listening
love
to.
that.
Yeah, 100,000%.
Yeah.
Like Black said at her one of the last spot that I went to, she says, uh, people like this song and I wasn't gonna perform it. I was gonna take it off the set, but shit, Jill Scott still performing the way,
Still. Still.
so I'm gonna perform
Like it's
this.
the first day.
You
I
feel me?
said, oh, I,
I know
And
that's
and
right.
artists, we go through that. Like, you get a new project, you get a new set of music. You like, man, I'm gonna perform all of this, and I'm gonna take away. You taking away the things that people
they
love.
I'm
love
telling
that.
you.
You know what I
Gotta
mean?
keep it on the list.
You do. It's nothing worse than going to a concert and you waiting for that one
And
song
Come
they don't
on,
and
never
they don't
come.
play it.
come on.
You hear about it too. They be like, "Nah, I thought you was gonna sing."
hmm
I be like,
Yeah,
"My mama did tell me to put
you
that on.
feel me?
My mama
Yeah.
told me to put that on the list."
Mm-hmm.
So before we get into where y'all are now and the projects that you are now, if you had to sum up overall, how do you want your audience to feel when they hear your music? We talked about how different artists put you in different settings. Sometimes it's the rah-rah, sometimes it's sit back and light my candles. What would you say is the message you want to resonate every time somebody puts you on their music, on their airways, in their AirPods?
I know my music gonna make you feel. That's all I can commit to do. Um, it's gonna make you feel something for sure. Whether it's in your stomach, in your mind, whether it's just like, whether the melody or the harmony just hit right, you're gonna feel something. And if you really connect, that feeling, it could be sensual, could be revolutionary, it could be that tried it.
Yeah.
It could be a whole bunch of things, but it's like I can only commit to making you feel, and I think that's my job because the message that's given to me will be felt. through the music. And, I honestly believe I'm a vessel. Even if I'm telling the stories of myself or my experiences or my interactions or from my colleagues or a culmination of it all or things that I dream, like I'm grateful for this gift. I ain't gonna hold you. So I can commit to making you feel
I
for
love
sure.
it. I love it.
Damn, I kind of want to steal that answer. Oh, you feel me? Like, yeah, but I think for me, man, what I want people to leave with, with my music, I think that like ultimately, I speak to a certain group of people, and and I've tried to fight my way out of that bag for a long time because I want to be more inclusive and this, that, and the third. But like sometimes when you have a calling, you can try to like fight
It
against
don't
that,
matter.
but you know
You wind up back at it
exactly
anyway.
that's a God call, bro. You
Yep.
ain't really got nothing to do with that.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? And so like I just embrace it, and I just feel like, shorty, like, look, man, it's another way, man. Like, I ain't trying to preach to you, and somebody ain't gonna make it. But at the end of the day, man, the reality of it is so many more ways to do it.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And I ain't standing there. I'm standing there in the gap with you, is what I'm trying to say. I stand there with you. I'm not the guy that's, I say that in one of the songs, like, you know what I mean? Like I say something about like basically what I just said. Standing, I don't want to get a bar away because I want y'all to listen to that. But I basically saying like, look, man, I stand there in the gap with you. You know what I mean? Like that. At the end of the day, like understand that you have somebody to rely on. You have, and if it's not me, then it's somebody. I promise you, it's somebody. There's things out there. There's programs and situations out there, and so I just want to kind of bring awareness to that. You know what I mean? Like, yo, like if I can get you to a place to where you want to feel, if I can bring you in and be like, look, listen to this. This that thing that's gonna get you to feel. Listen to Black Assets. That's gonna get you to feel, champ. You know what I mean? If my voice has to be that loudspeaker, then I want it to serve as that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I ain't preaching to you, right? Because I've been where you are, right? I'm not trying to lecture you, right? Because understand sometimes that don't get places, but I just want you to know, like, shorty, I'm right there with you. Just like I said in the beginning, I'm right there with you.
Ashe.
And then I'm going to show you other things as well, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the Black ancestors are here for you, right? And I'm just talking about musically. They here for you, you know what I mean? And that's what you're going to get, like, to me personally. So I would just want people to know, like shorty, look, I'm here. It's other people that feel like you,
Yeah.
that stand in the gap with you. Believe that. Like, it ain't gonna never change. So
Yeah.
And
I
that
love that.
storytelling too, though. Like,
yeah.
the commitment to it.
Mm.
You know how easy it is to conform right now to any just what's spoon fed.
Come on.
I think I come from the era when it comes to like hip hop or rap, anything. Like to me, it's like I come from like that brown sugar era when jazz hit 808s. That's what I love most about that genre of music, and I can't get out of that. Right, so I always respect when the story is like I don't care what it is, but I'm gonna come on this joint cool. It's an energy. It's an energy and it's an essence that it's an essence that's given to some. That's why I respect your music and your artistry, and just like how you put on a show, the intentionality, and it's almost like you can see when a person been in a playbook. It's like you study. I will always respect that, just colleague to colleague, because I study.
Nah.
I study, and every detail matters.
Yeah.
Every
Look,
piece.
man, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm not the best at like receiving
Yeah.
compliments or nothing like that,
Nah,
but
it's seen.
I appreciate that because if there's anybody that knows like how much you die to yourself when making and creating this music, is Black Assets, right? Like because like I don't know, man. Since I know her, we've talked, we've sat down at tables together and ate. We've sat down at cigar bars and
Boy.
just rap. You know what I mean? Like I know her some, and I know a little bit of her story. I know like some of these stories aren't easy to come up off of. You know what I mean? But being as and I don't talk much, right? This is the most that I've talked ever for real. Like I don't really be talking like that, and so like all I have is the music, and so as being as transparent as she is, like, some of the stories that she, like, I can almost put time and place and be like, damn, I can't believe she wrote about that. You get what I'm
Wow.
saying? And so, like, the storytelling is respected, and it's a reciprocated respect, if you will. So, what I mean, definitely hats off to you.
I love that. You kind of stole my next question right out my mind. It's mine.
Conversation. Yeah.
But I think that's another part that I hear between the two of y'all, the idea of studying. And for especially for people that are aspiring to be artists or just don't want to be a part of this culture of quick stuff, what does studying look like? Like, what does that mean? How are you crafting these shows and this music together? Is it you studying other artists? Are you just in your head? What does that creative process look like?
I think my connection to music has always been some form of like admiration and study. So the first admiration I can feel is when I first heard a harmony in a gospel church, in my granny's church, and the organ hit at the same time that the harmony hit, and that's when I think I knew God for sure, knew the feeling,
Mm.
and so I was just like, oh, you know what I'm saying, and I never wanted to not do that, and so like I've always been called vocally to something. I used to admire and mimic every vocal thing Whitney Houston did when I was a child. Do it on my granny's fireplace. Same with Selena. I used to love them. I used to just be like, what are they doing?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the energy around, and I never knew. And my grandfather was a veteran, but his connection to people again was music. And so he used to keep the record player on, and he would be social. He could engage. He didn't say much, but I was singing. He'd be like, yeah, spoke. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Things, and this is a man that came from the war and didn't speak much at all. But music moved him, you know what I'm saying? From my granny's like hums as she cooking. So like the feeling that those things, that's a study to me. I think I studied just from watching them that feeling. And so like what do I do? You know, is this what music is supposed to? And I think that happened. I don't know how that happened exactly, but it did. But also like when I started to get into the craft, studying like, you ever seen like a YouTube Fela Kuti performance? And it's like 12 piece bands up there, and it's all energetic, and it's just like, but it's not energetic, it's spiritual.
Mm-hmm.
It's like church. I can't even describe it. But that's like the sounds, and it's so many sounds, right? So it's like I study that, and I like intentionally study. I'm watching it just like moved. And I come from that. My influence was the neo soul era, the Def Poetry Jam era.
Mm-hmm.
Where you can see Most Def and them, Kanye and them coming up like doing poetry.
Yep.
I started writing poetry. You know what I'm
Nice.
saying? It's like, okay, so cool, I can sing, but like I got stuff I want to say. And I didn't know it was other ways I could say it. It's like this. I don't have a beat or a band or play these instruments. It's like I could write though. And so I wrote. And like for me, like now I'm studying each show. Okay, so what did we do differently this time? What was the highs and the lows? What are the likes and dislikes? What do I want to embody? How do I want to feel on stage vocally? How much are we giving? Like that. I'm studying the playbook now. Now I'm looking at my tapes, and before every time I heard something that made my heart move, I'm gonna mimic it. I'm gonna do it. So
Nice.
play Jill Scott on the headphones. It's like, okay, ooh, that run did something. Oof, do it again. And you
Nice.
keep doing it, and you do it over and over again, and then you just start. It's subconsciously in your body. Like, to me, that's study and practice.
Indeed.
So yeah, I think that's my study.
Love it.
No, the same. I don't even want, you feel me? Like,
She's
that
totally.
it's the same. You know what I mean? Like, the things that you study, like, even like in my neighborhood, being like a neighborhood orator, if you will. You know what I mean? Just
Accurate.
describing myself as that. And then, uh, taking notes from the ones that came before me, from the ones that we all studied, right? Like the Nas's and the Pacs or whatever the case is, and to the guys that, I studied in my neighborhood who
Yeah.
wanted to do it and had the will to do it, but was stifled by the system, whatever system there was in place. You know what I mean? Like, study those guys, studied the rise, studied the fall of those guys.
Shit.
You know what I mean? A lot of those guys that we named in episode 1, like, they ended up having this big dream, and the system got to them, and then things got convoluted, and you study those guys, and then, like, you say the things that they wanted to say. You know what I mean? You become that
Yeah.
that conduit, if you will,
Yeah.
to be able to put those feelings and emotions out, so they can sit back and be like, damn, somebody said it for us.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Especially
Somebody
in
said it
music.
for us. Like Black said earlier, like be a vessel. You know what I mean? Like straight up, like you can't avoid God's call to be a vessel, if you will.
Hmm.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So
Facts.
straight up,
That's how you know when it's
Facts.
in you and not on you.
yeah.
Because it's just like when you want to do something, because from the both of y'all, it's like even though y'all have these passions and desires, it's really to help other people. It's for other people to feel, for other people to get their words out, their thoughts out. So when you find something that you love that is selfless, it's outside of you, and you just go for it, that's it's in you.
O'Shea.
Nah, straight up. I mean you too, cause I mean
Yeah.
the first time me and TK got together, Takira.
It's fine.
I mean, the first time we got together, I said to her, I sent her. I had a show in Philly at the Trucadero Theater right next to Chinatown. And I said to her, I was like, look, I want you to come out, document the day, get to know us a little bit, whatever the case may be. She was like, oh, yeah, definitely, I'm down. I said, look, I reserved 2 tickets for you and, whoever you want to bring because meeting people for the first time can be, can be a bit
Yeah.
uncomfortable. She like, oh, no, I'm comfortable. Whatever, we can do it. Let's do it.
Yep.
She spent the entire day with us.
That's love.
And she spent the entire day with us and just stepped out on faith and been like, well, I don't know him, but I think you good people. And honestly, I just kind of want to get to the art. I want to get to the story, right? There's a story here that I want to get to. And like she did that, you know what I mean? But I've been watching her move off of faith for a long time. Like we
great.
talked about an episode too, like, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's something about when you have a calling and you feel like you want to give it back to other people, you know what I mean? Such as yourself,
That faith is the formula.
come on, talk like that. Yeah.
I'm trying to think what I told my mother, what I was doing when I just hopped in the
I
car
don't
with you.
know, but you definitely
We
because a
just,
couple cars pulled up,
yeah.
and then you
Okay,
just
hold
hopped
on.
in the car
Let's go. Let's
and it
do
went
it.
straight out to Philly with
But
me.
that's the dream, though. That dream will drive you. It's crazy when you inspire, when you feel it, and also your intuition. Your intuition won't let you go nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
That's, you can always be like, I don't know,
Yeah,
but that
right.
ain't come because you knew you was in good company,
Facts.
and like that makes sense too for just how I don't even know if you extroverted or not, but just how warm your energy has been in the different lives I've lived, the
Aw.
different times I've seen you from the scene.
Mm-hmm.
It's just always just like that warm, raspy, and it's like, hey, what's up? You know what I'm saying? How you
Yeah.
doing?
I don't
That's
know
what I
not one
love.
person that'll say a bad word
What
about
is
TK.
that? I never,
You
you
know
know
what
what
I
I'm
mean?
saying? That's
Love
genuine.
that.
That's genuine energy.
Thank y'all. Now I'm trying to
Yeah.
figure out how to take my compliments.
You
It's
feel
hard. It's
me?
hard, right?
Yeah.
You're like,
Love that.
I
Guess-
put shades on. That's the only way I can do it. My anxiety.
I'm
Come
telling
on.
you.
Yeah.
You said I'm
My
extra. I'm like an
anxiety, boy.
introvert extrovert. I'm in the middle.
I'm
My
like,
hands
yeah,
over here
I'm
sweating in
telling
this
you,
hood.
boy. I be like, I'm gonna have to put them on.
I love that. Well, like I said, the energy in the room is amazing. So we could talk all day, but let's get into y'all what you're working on now, your music now, what the people can look forward to.
Boy,
Mm-hmm.
you want to hit
No, I want you to go.
You first.
Well, I've been in, I guess, album mode. I'm constantly making music.
Okay.
That's just, it's a constant. I'm intentionally preparing for a release.
Nice.
I'm very excited about releasing some new music. More importantly, I'm working on some stories visually for some music that I've already created. My last project meant a lot to me. Um, and so I finally got to partner with a colleague of mine. It's been a very long time. We've been trying to partner for like at least 7 8 years. It goes by like Fourth Eye Diaries on Instagram.
Oh, wow.
Kirby.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
Kirby.
Hella
Kirby.
talented.
Mhm.
Hella talented brother. So we finally have been getting some motion going on some projects. And
Nice.
so I'm really excited about the next one. Directed by Love Brooke J. Very excited. Very excited about that piece. And then I think I'm going from my Love Peace Light to a little Love Peace Light, but also y'all gonna hear about my experiences in the streets. I'm
Okay.
having a
There we
good
go,
time.
boy.
Having a good time. Having a good time. Having an interesting time, I should say.
Nice.
I'm definitely home. I like to come home, cook meal in a calm space.
Yeah.
And now, with the changes in my life, I am having a good time. I'm seeing a new side of myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's funny.
Good.
So the music is going to reflect. It is reflecting. It's surprising me. Sonically, things are surprising me. I'm more open to collaborations. Did a collaborative project with Devon Neal and Tyler Moonlight. One of my favorite
Fire.
experiences. One of my favorite.
Fire.
Collaborated on every aspect of that,
Mm-hmm.
from the beat to the harmonies. We all singing everything. My favorite project I've done in a while. So I'm very excited. The music I'm making right now, I don't want to say it's if I was to do something for the streets,
Nice.
if
Top.
I was, this would be that.
Love that. Love
Yeah.
that. And we all know we got this new project because
Come
by
on.
now it's out,
It's
right?
out.
It's
Be
in the
kind of
streets.
kids
Okay,
for
we
the
done
ghetto
posted
should
it
be.
to it today, baby.
Yeah,
Exactly.
be kind of
That
kids for the
hoe.
ghetto should be outside right now making y'all crazy. You feel me?
So what's your favorite on there? Like, what is your
Yeah,
favorite?
yeah.
Oh man. Uh, at this very moment, sitting next to Black Assets, it would have to be this record called "The Hero Savior."
Mm.
Right? Um, I'm not gonna give too much away. To be honest, I really can't listen to it that much.
Okay.
I think in totality, I think I've listened to it maybe 3 times. I tried to perform it at the residency that I did back in May with the Vauxhall Theater. And I kind of got caught up in the moment. I couldn't finish the first verse. So it's called, like I said, it's called The Hero Savior, and I think that's what, just sitting next to Black right now, that's my favorite song right now because it means a lot, and yeah, the whole idea behind the song title was just like the hero need a savior too, bro. Like
Yep.
at the end of the day, so what you take from it is what you take from it. So but yeah, that would be it in the moment. You know what I mean? But I'm just excited for it to, be out and circulating in people's lives. And, I just pray that people kind of give it a chance
Yeah.
because music does come out often. You know what I mean? It's not always quality, but it comes out often. And so it's easy to forget about a good project. I just pray that people kind of give it a chance to grow on them. Could, download it, put it in a playlist and,
Okay.
give it some time to grow on you. And if you like something, play it back to back to back to back. Play it like you
Back.
like it.
Share it with your friends.
Yeah.
Share
Tell
it with your
somebody else
friends.
to
Come
play it.
on, yeah. So I did this project for us, man. Be kind of kids from the ghetto, man. Like it started out was just an idea, and now it materialized into this thing. So,
Love it.
I hope y'all love that, man.
I love it. Well, it sounds like both of y'all are busy right now, but I'm gonna just put this in the atmosphere. If y'all two want to collab or something, I'm just saying, don't say
Look,
the idea came.
I had
Waiting on
said
the
it first.
Jumanji call. When I get the call,
I know
I'm gonna
that's
tell
right.
y'all I'm going.
I have
Asking for nothing.
I have
I love
so
it.
many different things that I would love to do with Black.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about one thing years ago, and I don't want to talk about it now until we start getting it to
Period.
like real fruition because Black has done something with uh the show curation with this living room social thing that I have not seen it like this. It could go away for 7 months. She could throw up a date and
And
say it's
everybody
going,
there.
man, sold out.
Yep.
You hear me?
Yes. Mhm.
Sold out. I'm talking about a bunch of pocket back touching in there. Hold up, big girl. Let me get through here.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like that's how it is in these spaces. And I be sitting there in amazement every single time. It's like people waiting for it. It's like I don't want to, it's like dope. Like you know what I mean? But like, and then to me, I know other things like that, and it's not the same experience.
Yeah.
And so like I want to kind of get into that a little bit and see what that's about and figure
Oh.
we're gonna have to figure something out about that.
Yeah.
And I have an idea for how I want to do it. And that's one
Talk
thing
about something years
we
ago.
did,
There
right?
you go.
So
Okay. There you
and
go.
I definitely want to figure out how to do that. But yeah, no, I mean the thing about being an artist is like, collaboration is always there in whatever format, in whatever case I can do it. You know what I mean? I just love to be a part. I don't care if I'm just sitting next to Black. I'm like, yeah, this is it for me. I'm with it. However, Black, what you need me to do, yeah, I'm sitting there. Whatever you need me to do.
I received that. I definitely am always open to collaboration. Music is always collaboration, whether it's in the production or the engineering or what I'm saying, the mixing. Some people with the right. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Um, but I like how you approach your shows. I love it.
Appreciate
I
that.
absolutely love the approach, and then the selection,
Mm.
and it's not oversaturated. It is curated with intention. One thing I learned about the living room social is to not give people all of the access to me. When we was doing this every Friday for like 5 years.
Mm.
Okay, then we did it. We went from monthly, and then we was doing 7 years. You know what I'm saying? Like we talking every week. You bringing something, you getting your team together, you doing everything. And so, what I loved is how connected it keeps you grounded in the streets. But what I don't love is it can be taken for granted.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of effort and time and work and intentionality. Sometimes it's like this not a pay week or I ain't got a job. This is
Mm-hmm.
my job. I'm using every second that I got, everything that I got, and I'm paying everybody out first. And I'm gonna take home what's left if it's something left. And so like it can be a lot on your body. And so for me, I recognize like okay, so if we take it back monthly, that's more qualitative, quantitative shows.
Yes.
More time for us to make intentional art.
Mm-hmm.
More time that we've grown to miss the work that we do.
Mhm.
Quarterly, even greater.
Mm-hmm.
You know, do it biannually, we can reach far. I can learn how to fundraise.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody don't have to worry about their number. We can all eat. So now, like, it's a different intention. You gonna always make music. I'm gonna
That's right.
always do this. This is a part of my being. I love making music. I love performing. So I might go to an open mic. It's a whole new host of kids out. I
That's
go out there do my
right.
thing like I ain't nobody. Come right back. You know what I'm saying?
That's
That's
right.
that's what I like to do. And then I can go and create a production with a vision and a theme, and I dreamt about it and intentionality down to the sip you're sipping from your cup. Like that's what I enjoy and feel at every show.
Love.
Right.
Every show. And I love how it's just like cuts and cues. It's like, nah, this is precise and
Mm-hmm.
intentional.
That's
So
right.
yeah, I'm very interested in the idea we talked about years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially now. I feel like
Yeah.
we're a little more grown now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little bit more
A
resources. We
little
could
more
do something.
resources
You
to
know
do
what
a
I
little
mean?
I'm gonna be looking for that, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be looking for y'all. Well, before we get out of here, I just want you both to give just some words of encouragement, any last minute thoughts that you just want to say. If you want to speak to the artists, if you want to speak specifically to the kids in the ghetto right now, trying to make it, just give that last moment of inspiration in a time like now.
I'm gonna shout out my kids, youth in business, my youth entrepreneurship program at Jubilee Arts. Youth ran and led. We learn everything from graphic design to digital art, business 101 and marketing. We giving you the blueprint to run any business of your own. Take it and put it anywhere. This blueprint gonna free you, and that's what we do. And they free me kind of with their innovative thinking, and their approach to life and how they won't take anything. It's like, no, I don't want to work at McDonald's. I don't want to work at Amazon. They got that choice now.
Mm.
We talking about the kids right from the neighborhood. So we going, 21217. What you saying?
Mm-hmm.
Period.
And they think we'll take anything, but nah. I can show you that we won't, but we're gonna make you something that's gonna expand your thinking on what quality art feels, looks like, tastes like, sound like. They inspire me. So I would just say you would be surprised if you listen. Sometimes the voice and what you need is already in you. It's usually given to us time we get here and we lose sight of it. Then we reconnect with it. Sometimes people reconnect too late. So listen to yourself. Trust your intuition.
Love it.
You got to get quiet sometimes to do that.
Received. Love it.
Damn, yeah. But that's exactly what I'm talking about, though, yo. Like that right there, the concept of be kind to kids from the ghetto comes from that right there. You get what I'm saying? Like letting people know, like, listen, man, it's an opportunity out here for you to do something different. Like your art matters,
It does.
right?
Valuable.
your heart matters. Everything that you thinking, you feeling, that stuff matter, bro. And like, we're here to give you the resources, or to at least from our vantage point, to try to give you something to capitalize on the things that you feel that matter to you, right? Or the things that you feel like or the things that you see in your mind, the music that you want to write, the art in which you want to create, right? The Black Assets is a pure definition of being kind to kids from the ghetto. Akio Evans, who was supposed to be here tonight, and all of the things got caught up in something. So shout out to my brother Akio Evans.
Bro.
I mean, a pure definition of being kind to kids from the ghetto, man. Like, that's it. And like, you really got to stay motivated and stay inspired. And again, I said this on the first episode, and it's kind of like, figure out your temperament. Be emotionally intelligent, man. Everything don't deserve a response. I've watched that too many times become like the demise of my people.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, just responding to everything. Everything don't deserve no response, man. Figure that out, and and capitalize off of that. That'll be your greatest power. You know what I mean? The level of wisdom, discernment.
Facts.
Be your greatest superpower. You know what I mean?
Beautiful.
Also, before we go, I always talk about, and I've been talking about this since, maybe 2014, and it was about creating community inside of Baltimore City, so the artists don't have to leave out, Baltimore City, in order for them to
do
get on
anything.
platforms like these and talk to people who are
Facts.
very well informed and
Facts.
things like that. And to me personally, Takira personifies that, right? Like, if you can go sit down and talk with her, she's well researched.
Very
She's
true. Very connected.
She's very
Plugged in.
yes, very connected, and she has a this is not hard. That doesn't feel forced at all, right? So I do have something from myself and the 4900 Entertainment Group team.
Oh.
Gifts.
Now, I do want to say this. I graduated from a PWI, so I don't know all the rules, so forgive me. But there's a little thing, token of our appreciation,
I'm so excited. I love a gift, especially a surprise.
We love that.
Thank you. You gonna open it up on here or what? Okay, let's see.
See if I got it right.
Oh, this is so cute.
It's giving period.
Pink and green. Okay, period. I love it.
my
I was like,
goodness.
that's the soft pink, Big Doug. You
I
ain't got the
love
hard.
it.
I don't
I'm
know.
screaming.
You
That's
feel
the
me?
soft pink,
I don't know if that's the one. You
This
feel
the
me?
one. This the one. We love the soft pink. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm at the crew now.
Yeah, come on. now.
4900.
You
Okay.
Been that. Been that.
I love this. I love this. Well, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
Oh, no.
It's been a beautiful experience, and this is the perfect way to end it with two beautiful, creative artists that really put on for the city,
Yeah.
And people love to say up next, but Baltimore is up right now.
Come on now. Yeah.
Right now, okay? I love it. I love it.
Get that.
Yeah.
Well, that is a wrap of part 3. Check out Be Kind to Kids from the Ghetto.
Come
It's
on.
out on all your platforms right now. So
Everywhere.
make sure you download it, send it to a friend, tell a friend to tell a friend that good music is here to stay, right?
Come on.
It
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
Love it. We out.
Peace.
Peace.